We about to get into some ish today.
I am Mightykeef.
So as you guys already know, patch 3.1.0 dropped last night. Now to understand this video, you're going to need two things. You're going to need context and you're going to need backstory. So let's start with the latter. So I'm on the older side of the fighting game generation, and that's not like some type of weird flex, oh, more wisdom type, none of that at all. This is just to give you an idea of what my perspective is on competitive gamings in terms of fighting game. As y'all know, I love Brawl. Brawl was amazing. Before Ultimate came out, Brawl was my favorite Smash game. Everyone knows that, who knows me. But y'all know, I also know, Brawl competitively was some booty cakes. It was some trash buckets. If you were not Meta Knight, Snake, or Olimar, or I guess Falco in one case, or in two cases maybe, you pretty much were wasting your time. You had to play those characters in order to be good. Brawl, however, came at a time in 2008 where character adjustments or balancings was kind of not heard of, because at the time fighting games was kind of dying off. It wasn't until a year later Street Fighter 4 came out, and here we have it. Street Fighter 4 rekindled the entirety of kind of Street Fighter and fighting game. The reason why I'm bringing up those two games is because on one hand you have Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which is a game came out after Melee, a very strongly competitive game, and Brawl was kind of the statement from the developer saying, we don't want this game to be competitive. You guys got to play this game for what it is. Items, crazy stuff, tripping, etc, etc. And somehow us crazy Smash players found a way to make it competitive. It was hard. It was hard because the game was not designed to be competitive. And then on the other hand, you have Street Fighter 4, a game that was designed to be competitive. A game where they did need things to be balanced, so that their ecosystem of the game, or I'm sorry, of tournament play could thrive. So during the years of the MKs and the Snakes and Olimars, etc, running amok, we kind of just had to deal with it. We kind of just had to deal with it or play the characters. And we made it work because it was nothing else. it was really nothing else. And Nintendo wasn't going to give us any updates. If you played other fighters though, you would get updates. And when Street Fighter 4 came out, Zangief and I believe Sagat, they were pretty ridiculous. Those characters of course got toned down because over time people were like, hey, this isn't right. Like, we can't play this with these characters like this. And they got toned down later on in patches and in the Super Street Fighter 4. To get back to why I mentioned these as the difference is because Smash, as you all know, it can live on its own with just casual players. If competitive players completely stopped playing this game, Smash would still sell very high amongst the world. Of course, they would take a huge hit because competitive players, they make a good chunk of the game. But let's be honest, Nintendo ran their own tournaments, and to this day they still have wonky rules, crazy layouts of stages. They have items on high. Like, they are, yes, we have our competitive commentators commentating these games, but the actual play is still pretty casual when it's a Nintendo event. You cannot say that about Street Fighter 4 or any other like real like traditional fighting game. They need their competitive players. The reason why I'm trying to make that apparent is because Capcom and all the other devs are forced to listen to like top player complaints or their feedback. They're forced to look at the winnings, see the patterns of characters' appearances, look at the top 8, looking at the finals, and then they adjust accordingly. Nintendo has not always had a great past of doing that. Now, the biggest and most obvious example I can go to this is Smash 4 Little Mac. And of course, all Smash players know what I'm talking about, but for my audience that isn't like as in tune to Smash Bros, let me just point it out for you. Basically, there was a character in the game named Little Mac who was very subpar. He was a very subpar character. It was a character, didn't win many tournaments. I don't think it actually ever won a major tournament. I don't know if it even became in top 8. I don't know if this character was seen in top 8 in any major tournaments outside of like those, I don't know, those maybe week, the week 1 or day 2 tournaments of the game's release. It never really produced any results. However, this character was one of the first characters that got a big nerf. Why is that though? The reason why is because the character was very good on the ground. He had terrible recovery, terrible aerials, but the ground game was god tier. He had priorities on his moves, on his smash attacks that resembled super armor. It was actually just super armor on his smash attacks. And as you know, super armor is a big casual or noob crushing mechanic because casuals love pressing them damn buttons, and I don't need to explain why pressing buttons against a move that has super armor is bad. I don't think I need to explain that.
I have no other options, little nigga.
Online you would see Little Max just spamming smash attacks against people who just don't know what they're doing, and the Little Mac would win. And so there would be articles everywhere, Kotaku, IGN, everyone's posting stuff. Little Mac's broken, Little Mac's crazy, Little Mac's winning everything. When in reality, Little Mac was not winning anything. But he was running amok online because he could beat noobs. That's just how it was. And of course, that's why Little Mac received a large nerf to his recovery and damage output, because Nintendo listened to the casual players, because that's their market. That's where they get their money from, mostly. And that set up a pattern throughout Smash 4's lifespan of just, I guess, patches I just don't agree with. That's kind of the sad part about all this. Now, this is no hit to the actual Super Smash Brothers game. Y'all know I love Super Smash Brothers. Y'all know that's what built me. Y'all know that's the game that's my favorite fighting game to this day. This is just basically me showing or expressing my frustration with how they balance the game and what I hope for the future. And what I mean by for the future is that in Ultimate, there wasn't anything on paper that was said by Nintendo, but there was rumors around social media where there was top Japanese players from Smash 4 that would help in the development of the game, as well as help in the development of future patches. And I was like, cool, that's great, that's awesome. That's gonna be dope because they have a very good understanding of the game and how metas progress and how characters are. And they're not like, oh man, this is crazy good right now, we should nerf it. They're more of like, it's crazy good right now, but in a few months, will it still be as character defining or will it still be unbeatable? And I thought everything was great. And then the first patch for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate drops. And lo and behold, one of the first characters to get a nerf was King K. Rool. And for those, again, who aren't too up to date with Smash Ultimate or Smash Bros. In general, King K. Rool is another noob casual crusher with a lot of super armor. so he kind of got hit on the first patch. Now, granted, I'll admit the nerf was pretty, I mean, it wasn't really anything. But the fact that they even had King K. Rool on the chopping block, the fact that King K. Rool was even in discussion at the table, shows me that that is still where they are getting their data from. Because I do not think there was no pro player, there was no top level player or high tier level player who said King K. Rool is broken, we need this to be changed. No, it was usually the casual players or low tier players or, you know, online warriors that would say this is ridiculous. And King K. Rool got a nerf for it. He did later get buffed, which is why at the end I'm going to explain, you know, my hopes for the future and what are some positives going on. So now that you got the backstory part, let's talk about the context. The reason why I brought this up is because on my Twitter, if you guys aren't following me at Mightykeef, go ahead and do it. We can talk, we can have some fun and stuff like that. I expressed my feelings about the most recent patch. They basically nerfed Peach, Olimar, and Pichu in the mass. They nerfed more than that, but those are the most notable people. They did do good with buffs, but again, I'll talk about that later. But they nerfed those three, and those three were considered top tier characters. Olimar's not like a usual or a normal Smash character. All his attacks are disjointed, but they also can die. Right, they go away, so they're a resource. So I think that he needs to be treated a little differently. I think he needs to have smash attacks that can do things others wouldn't. Like when you think of smash attacks, they aren't spammable, right? I think his need to be, because that's his kit, that's how his character is, and plus his smash attacks can die, like I said. So he needs to be adjusted differently from what you would normally adjust a smash character. So I don't completely agree with what they did with Olimar. I do agree what they did with Peach. They nerfed her forward air. Her forward air, from what I remember, acted a little differently than what the game's design was. That is why I believe she should have been nerfed. I believe her float, when she float aerials, it does the exact same damage as like a full hop aerial, but whenever you do a short hop aerial in this game, it does like a little bit less percentage. So when she floated, it kind of bypassed the whole short hop disadvantage and damage that she had, but she's still in short hop range, and I don't think that's fair. I think that goes against what the game's mechanics are. So her forward air getting adjusted is good, because that's her move disobeying the game's mechanics. That's what needs to be nerfed. Pichu got a laundry list of nerfs. Really, it's all, I mean, they could have just put it all in one little column, but they went over dramatic and just listed all of them. Really, the biggest nerf is that this glass cannon character, who already does damage to itself, now does even more damage to itself with every attack that they do. All right, and then I don't know the gender of Pichu, but I'm just gonna say her. One of her kill attacks got severely gutted. It's still good in utility though, I'll admit that. I was under the impression that with a glass cannon character that dies at like 70% and deals 30% to itself just by attacking, you know, in a string, I assume, hey, let's give this character whatever kills he wants, you know, because that's him. It's an all in or all or nothing type of character. So I expressed that I did not like, I thought that that nerf was a little unnecessary. The character is still good. I never said that the character would not be good, but it was unnecessary. Anyone who lost to Pichu over and over and over did not lose because of the F-tilt. That's why it was an unnecessary nerf. They did not continuously lose neutral because of the F-tilt. They did not continuously stay in disadvantage because of the F-tilt. More than likely, if you kept losing to Pichu, you lost on fundamental levels that had nothing to do with the F-tilt. F-tilt probably sealed the deal, probably killed you, but you got your damage rocked up. You lost most of the game to things that were not F-tilt. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I could be wrong. Again, guys, you know me. I'm cool with debates. I could be wrong. But that's just from what I've seen, from my perspective. I said it was unnecessary because Pichu's F-tilt, or Pichu in general, is not an over-centralizing character. It's not a meta-defining character. I would, and when a character is not in those requirements that I just said, I would rather they put nerfs on the back end and prioritize buffs to all the other bad characters or lower tiered characters, like they did with Ken, Ryu, and Lucario this patch. We'll get into that, like I said, later. If they had made Pichu's F-tilt kill like 15% more, that's fine, you know, but I think making it like not a kill move to like 150, 160 on mid-weight characters, yeah, I don't think that's it. It's an environment with a lot of people who are casuals, you know, and so being able to spam a lot of moves that kill early, I can see why Pichu got nerfed. I just don't like that it did happen because the data was not from top players. It wasn't from I guess winnings, you know, Pichu winning everything. Just last weekend, Momocon, you know, Void, the best Pichu player, unanimously the best Pichu player in the world, recently got 5th. He's kind of the representation of Pichu right now, and he even started to say that he feels that Pichu is becoming more restrictive to him as a player. He believes that as people are getting better, he is starting to see more flaws in Pichu because people are starting to not get hit by things that they normally get hit by, or things aren't working like it used to because people are understanding the character more. And that's what we call a metagame that evolves. That's what happens when we're not getting fed the bottle because everything is something is annoying or something bad is happening, and we're like, no, we can't deal with this. We can't deal with this. We can't deal with this. No, that's what people understand more and say, okay, yeah. But this isn't just about Pichu. This is about, again, my frustration with Nintendo's balancing and why they do it. Regardless, Pichu, Olimar, and Peach were not characters characters, outside of, like I said, Peach disobeying the rules of Smash, in terms of like mechanic wise, they weren't characters that were unbeatable. They weren't characters that were meta defining or over centralizing, like I said earlier. They weren't Bayonetta from Smash 4. Alright, and I've said claims in the past that I still didn't think Bayonetta deserved it to be nerfed, and I will admit that was for me being stubborn. I still to this day would have much rather it not her not be nerfed. I mean, she didn't get nerfed, but what I mean is, like, I could understand if you were in the camp that was like, this person needs to be nerfed. And if she did get nerfed, I'd have been like, hey, look, of all people, of all characters in this game, I think that's the one that deserved it the most, so it's whatever. No character in this game is a Bayonetta of Smash 4. No character in this game is a Brawl Meta Knight. No character in this game has a one-frame invincible attack that can kill, set up kill confirms, escape disadvantage, has the best kill options in the game, can recover, has one of the best recoveries in the game. Melee players are probably going to be pretty upset with that, but understand, I love you all. Mango Nation, Fox McCloud. Now, I've done talking about my rant, so I will get into the last bits of this video, guys. I don't even know how long this video's been going. I hope you guys have been with me through the whole time, but I want to say some good things that I've noticed. Now, this patch, even though I said that mess about Pichu, Olimar, etc., this patch was actually the best patch, in my opinion, that has happened since Smash Ultimate came out 6 months ago. Because they buffed characters. They buffed Ken and Ryu, which was, I think, long overdue. They buffed Lucario, which was long overdue. They buffed Jigglypuff, sorta, kinda. They buffed Diddy Kong. I mean, they buffed a lot of not prevalent characters, and I was like, this is good. This is what I would much rather be able to look at a list of 70 characters, and of those 70 characters, 20 of them are like, why would I pick these guys? Because they're just not that great. And then be able to now pick them and be excited because they got buffs. It's like playing a new character now. It's like, I'm excited. I want to go and stream Ken. I want to go figure out what he can do. I want to figure out more of what Lucario can do. I'd rather that happen than go in there and be like, oh, thank God I don't have to worry about Pichu anymore. Or I don't have to worry about Ivysaur's up air anymore. Or I would much rather be able to explore worse characters that are now better than look and be like, okay, I can play my same character. That top character is just not that great anymore. But the other 10, 20 characters that I didn't play, they're still not that great. I don't want that. Thank you. Nintendo has made this patch really good, and I only can hope that this is the continuation of a better future, because in the past it's been pretty bad. And even though I disagree with some of the changes that were made on this patch, overall I think the patch was pretty decent. But who knows what time will tell, guys. Just had to get that out, man. I just had to get that out. And what's the point of having a YouTube if I can't just express my god dang opinions, you know? You know, what's the point of having people listen to you talk if you don't talk? So here I am. Guys, this is the end of the video. I wanted to make this wasn't even gonna come out today. This was me. I'm still editing some skits for this weekend that I hope you guys enjoy. But I wanted to make this video because it's good to talk. All I got for you guys today, my words are not law, as you all know that. I am okay with disagreement. If you guys think I am wrong, please tell me, please. But I want it to be civil. Like, don't go in and just say some stupid troll stuff. Or if you do, I mean, I guess that's fine as well. It gives me comments and algorithm plays my stuff. But if you actually want to have a debate, I would be glad for you guys to go in the comment sections, and I would like to see what you actually have. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, subscribe to the crew and you become amazing forever.
Boy, that's just crazy.